Leeds United, welcome to the Premier League. Well, I like it. Fixtures are out and FPL produce an FDR value for each team's games, which actually stands for Fixture Dank Rating. And today we're going to have an inspector gadget and have a browse at each team's first few fixtures. With the lower the fixture difficulty rating, the easier the game. Starting with Arsenal. Oh damn son, if we didn't already need an excuse to buy a Mr. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, then they have given us one. They start the season against the fullest of Ham, Fulham, away, then the westest of Ham, West Ham, straight after. All the Ham teams for Arsenal players to go ham on them. Aubameyang could be a very nice first pick. But then, some tough cookie games just after could mean it could be a perfect swapperoonie to Kevin De Bruyne. Aston Villa. Game week 1 will probably be the only time this season where they don't concede in a week, but only because they got a blank game week. No game for them, part-timers. Manchester United and Man City are actually starting the season 1 week later after taking a road trip around Europe, for a whole one game anyway. Meaning Villa, both Manchesters and Burnley all miss out on game week 1. Big stuff. Meaning you will have to plan around these blanks and could be proper discombobulating and jaw spinning to work around. But actually makes the start of the FPL season a very spicy meatball. Brighton, bit of a wibbly wobbly start here for them, playing Chelsea and Manchester United in the first 3 weeks. But then games against Newcastle, Palace and West Brom all around that might be a bit of a staring competition with their players rather than selecting their players for now. But with some cheap Tesco value budget options, there could be something there. Burnley, Nick Pope defo being a Nick Nope with a blank. Also with Leicester and Southampton in the first 3 games. But then actually Newcastle and West Brom straight after. Meaning they could trampoline straight away and bounce straight back, but then they play Spursy and Chelsea, ready to backhand their players straight after. So it's, I don't know, Jeff, for their players at the start of the season, for me. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. With chance that venison. Do fixtures really matter? But they have, possibly, arguably, do you taste that? The tastiest fixtures at the start. Liverpool might try and deck chair them in game week 2, but they play Brighton, West Brom and Palace in their first 4 game weeks. And it's not like they've just bought Timo Werner's yet and might even get Havertz as well. So definitely high up on the list for them. But you just know Big Man Lampard, for the memes, is just going to start Giroud up front instead of Abraham and Werner, just because that's how he rolls. But Werner, brother, you might be my first pick, lad. Crystal Palace. Poor Palace didn't end the season well at all, and playing Southampton, Man United, Everton and Chelsea in their first 4. Tells me that their form's going to continue. Bad. But then actually a nice colourful Shrek-coloured streak for them, but I would social distance from all of their players really, because, like, who do they have? Benteke up front? Oh, essential mate. Everton. Forever a ton of green fixtures for Everton every season, but they somehow make every single one of those look very difficult. I think they could get some results, but from a fantasy aspect, I don't see them scoring too many golassos straight away, unless Richarlison Dino has got his shiny new boots on, and I don't think he will. So I personally wouldn't get any, but actually could be a worthy risky risk if it pays off. Fulham, full of ham, full of some decent fixtures at first actually, but some of the teams they face in here, like Arsenal, Wolves and Sheffield United, might not be tender enough for them and too hard for them to chew. But I would not be surprised here if the Serbian tiger himself, Mitrovic, nets in a decent amount of goals straight at the start. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they starve themselves for points and goals, potentially getting Peter Parker sacked quite soon. Who knows? Leicester City. More like Leicester sit out and wait to see how they do. They do have some nice fixtures, juggled in with some proper stonky, unpleasant ones too. And Leicester weren't in the best of form at the end of the season, so unclear how they can start here. But even if they don't get results, I can actually see them getting a few goals in the holes. So I guess it's just your call, boss man. I'm ahead out of this one though. Leeds United. With their fixtures leading us to believe it's going to be an hard start for them. Liverpool and Man City in their first 4 games. Also with Wolves and Sheffield United within them. Their second game against Fulham could be good enough though to convince some people of having a little snack on their players. But it's definitely a big fat juicy no from me. Liverpool, as if we didn't need a little push or convincing to get any of their players in anyway. We have a nice full sheet of green fixtures here. Well, they aren't on the fixture dank rating, but it's Liverpool. Come on. Was 99 points not enough for you last season? Every game's easy for them. Plus, opening up to Leeds at home could be very, very captain worthy. set already, especially with the entire of Manchester on holiday with their blank game week. So more Salah, more points, or will it be Mane on the money? The question isn't which one of these you're going to pick in your team. The question is, which one of these are you going to captain in your team? Man City, sitting out the first game like I've reminded you like 9 times already. But then after that, have some very nice games. Not the easiest. Unless you're Pep and you have like 73 attackers to attack these games with, then I think they can get the job done. So I can see Man City scoring very freely at the start of the season, and it is going to be hard to set that sat-nav up to properly navigate this first blank game week, which I will discuss later on. Super like for all of their players for me. Man United, another blank year. Jesus, if I remind you any more, then you guys are going to start calling me a blanker. But look at those fixtures for United here. Like, it doesn't always mean they will get results, or even if their players in their team will bang. But when you got Bruno, Martial, Greenwood, and Dan James up there that can score, that sounds like a lot of scores to me. But no matter what 1, 2, or maybe even 3 you choose from Manchester, you should get all the points to flex on everybody. But again, how do you do that with the blank game week? I'll discuss that later, lads. Don't worry, chillax. Newcastle. Now, not quite the signing of Mbappe and Bale summer they kind of wished for at the start. So they're just going to have to settle for the next best thing, Andy Carroll. Now, I wouldn't be too tempted by these green fixtures here. Newcastle bad, everyone else good. West Ham and Brighton in much better form at the end of the season compared to Newcastle. And then they have some very fiery hot red fixtures. With then Everton and Southampton not being easy games for them, even though they're marked as green here. So Newcastle ordering the Vindaloo because I don't see any clean sheets in sight, as they have bloody Joe Linton up front. No goals from them ever this season, so they are an avoid for me. Well, unless you fancy Sim Maximum for maximum swag, but probably minimum points. Sheffield United. Are we going to have to call the doctors in for them to see if they will suffer from second season syndrome and not perform as well? Realistically, Sheffield United are now weaker with a worse keeper, whilst also having a phobia of scoring goals. So even though they were great last season, FPL wise, I don't know, Jeff. Hopefully I can be proven wrong and big man McBurney turns up. Hat-trick against Wolves, Villa and Leeds, easy. But I don't think that'll happen, so let's just wait and see for a few weeks. Southampton, Daddy Ings' own football club. Now, if Daddy has got the appetite, then oh boy, this could be very fruitful indeed. All the great looking fixtures, whilst also being in very sexy form at the end of the season, which, if they continue, should and probably will score quite a lot in these games. And also probably get quite a lot of clean sheets here too. Someone say triple Southampton defence? No, I don't think they did, and don't. But one of their defenders, or McCarthy, could be very good here, very good. Tottenham Hot Spurs, or will it be Tottenham Cold Spurs at the start of the season? But they have what looks like some very nice fixtures on the fixture dank rating. But an Everton and Southampton probably won't concede too many goals to a park the bus team, but we never know. Will they get caned? Problem with Spurs is their players are quite expensive, so you spend an arm to get them, and then they might perform as if they've only got one leg. So might not be a bad idea to get one, but personally, arm's distance for now and see how they do. West Bromwich. Oh dear, this is the big allegate for them, isn't it? Only 3 green fixtures in the first 10, where I'm not confident they can get something in any of them either. But you never know. They might just be an absolute defensive unit and shut out every team. But FPL-wise, Robson, Kanu or nothing. It's a no from me. West Ham. The even biggest. I think West Ham are about to be West Hammered after they have 6 red fixtures off the bat, but not before they spank Stevie Bruce's Newcastle team. Now, they did have better form and loved a few goals, especially big man Antonio at the end of the season, but they are still just so defensively wibbly wobbly, so not looking good there. Even if they put in some big performances, are they really going to get anything from Man City, Liverpool, Spurs and Leicester? And those are 4 games in a row. So that is a big fat no from me. Finishing with Wolves. The Wolves can go barking mad at the start, but not before they potentially have their jaws spun by Sheffield United and Man City first. But then after that, all of the sexy green, with them also not having European games this year, so can fully focus on destroying the league, winning every game 5-0, yes? Some of their players from all around the pitch could be very good options here. And that is all of the fixtures. Now again, the fixture difficulty rating, fixture dank rating isn't always accurate and can quite easily be misleading. FPL do dynamically change it throughout the season based on team's performance as well, so it is also only accurate for a few weeks, so no point looking too far into the season's fixtures. Also, an easier fixture also doesn't mean a lot of goals. For example, I expect Wolves to beat Leeds, but are they going to put 5 past them? Probably not. So bearing that in mind, the players I am very excited to own with these opening fixtures first includes Aubameyang! Perfect opening fixtures against bad defence, while Arsenal and Aubameyang could be in better form than ever before. Also being classified as a midfielder now could see a massive big boy score from Auba in any game. But the main reason I like him is because his fixtures get a lot harder in Game Week 3 onwards, so he could provide scaffolding to hop onto a Man City or Man United attacker, making him, in my opinion, the best way to deal with a blank game week. Perfecto mundo. Next up on my watch list is Timo Werner. Wasn't sure if I wanted to have a gamble, have a punt this early on, but with Chelsea's opening fixtures, it might be the perfect time to have a go, and if it works, you're in the money. But then if it doesn't work out straight away, he's actually at a very good price that you can hop down to a Martial Jimenez or even Daddy Ings if they are playing really well. So exciting, lightning stuff. With my final showcase player being Mo Salah. Liverpool's hardest games at the start include a Chelsea team that Liverpool scored 5 against last time, as well as an Arsenal team that Salah scored a brace against last time. He's always Mr. Reliable, gives us a great captain option in all of these games, and then if you don't fancy him anymore, can easily be used to jump on any other player. So that is it for me today. This has been my reaction and review to the fixture dank ratings, and now we are ready for the season. Thanks for watching, and remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.